welcome back to the channel. Today's video we are back to working on the Chevy truck here. They're back here putting some parts together and cleaning some parts to go on the motor. I think we've got most of the parts ready for it to go back together now. Getting everything cleaned up that we're going to reuse.
Yeah, now it's just the process of getting everything cleaned up and situated to go back on the motor. And then we're going to stick it back in the truck.
Okay, you got the part washer going. Rodney's cleaning the oil pan out now. He's over here cleaning the timing changeover. Are you going to paint this motor?
And we're going to paint the gloss black. That way it accents the truck. Okay, now we're going to put our new seal in it.
We just have one or two parts to go through over here.
Yeah.
New and original. Got the transmission, the headers, some new parts down there. Gaskets. Got the new cam bearings. You already put the cam bearings in?
Yep, we installed the cam bearings earlier while the camera wasn't around. It's about to get there. Stick that.
Starting to look motory again.
Stick that thing in the parts washer if you want. It looks a little. I can need some attention. I don't know who chose the yellow, but we're gonna do it in black. Gloss black, and with accents of truck. If that matters. We'll put a little small 3/4 cam in it. We got another engine over on the sand that's got to be built. We'll have the same cam put in it. It's the same cam that if you watched earlier videos, you've seen in the Suburban. But it makes different racket with different motors depending on what head's on and all like that. But it's still going to make a little bit of racket. Depending upon the valves and the compression on it. Sometimes they sound good. Sometimes they have a hard lick to it, and sometimes they just have a mild lick. But can't go wrong with the old 3/4 cam. If everything goes well, we'll be putting this in here in a little bit. Might get to fire it up. And we got some wrong parts, so we had to deal with that. Just anything. Be a pain. We wouldn't have it no other way. That says it's on. Well, we're going to throw a little color tone at it on this side anyhow, and then flip it over. No matter how many times you wash it, it's still going to be dirty. This is how we used to always build motors. Everybody get together in somebody's shop on the weekend. One person, none of us drank beer, so one person brings tools, one person brings Pepsis, one person brings Snickers. I always like my Snickers refrigerated. I ain't got me one of them fancy shake machines. I have to shake the carpal tunnel because no. Well, just hand shakes anyhow, so it ain't hard to shake with it. Trying to get some color on it since it's upside down. That way, when we turn it right side up, all we gotta do is paint the top.
And this way, found different paint that is covering.
Yeah, that paint there is garbage. We brought all the tried and true stuff to do Rodney's motor, and then I bought all the stuff that was here in town to do this motor, and all this stuff's garbage. Timing chain cover gasket was wrong. Timing chain was wrong. Oil pan gasket was wrong. And what else was wrong? So we've robbed stuff from that motor to put on this motor, so now we're going to have to go buy stuff for that motor so we can put it together. But anyhow, just the way it goes. We're going to let this dry and come back and flip it over and put the lifters in it. Might be firing this thing up here after a while. Might have to turn it over so the paint can run the other way to stay back on the motor. News at 11. Oh, old man down, old man down. Oh, shit. Maybe it'll dry in a day or two. And we'll flip her over and try for the top end. See what we can get accomplished on it. Catch the heat. Here's the hot, that's at the bottom, right there. Whatever it takes. It's stupid if it hurts.
Now he's over here trying to get the water pump on.
If somebody can leave in the comments why you want to paint an engine yellow. It's not a Caterpillar.
So you're leaving the water pump yellow, right?
Yeah, that accents the rest of everything we did. No. I'm fixing to paint it orange, black. Put cam bearings in it. Went ahead and put the cam bearing freeze plug in it because I figured I'd forget it if I didn't. So. Alright, I don't see no more yellow to y'all. I think we're good. Thank goodness. The yellow is gone. Now if it leaks, nobody will never see it. A little tip, back in the day when they did the great race in the 30 model, the 20s and 30 model cars, the reason they was painted white up underneath them is that way they could tell if they had any oil leaks. That way they wouldn't burn the motors up. So if you go back and look through any of your old history books, all of your old 20Ts and all the stuff that was used in the Great Race, Pierce arrows and all like that, that's when they was painted white on the chassis. That way they know if they had any oil leaks during the race. They could spot it by driving by instead of wondering if the motor had oil in it. This is your cam lube, but if you stick it right there in your bearing hole, when you go to put the cam lifters in, if you'll touch your lifter to that as it goes down in the hole, then the bottom of your lifter has your cam lube on it.
That sounded close to your polar bear joke there for a minute.
Yeah. Get your polar bear, you kick him in the ice hole. But anyhow.
Go back and watch the shorts for that
Yeah,
joke.
Go back and watch the shorts for Polar Bear joke. And if you don't get it, you just don't get it. We're going to barter with Mr. Rodney here because his litres has been soaking for about a month now. Ain't far off. It's been a couple, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So anyhow, my litres are soaking, but they didn't get soaking until tonight. So to give the motor its a fighting chance, we're gonna swap litres with him. And we're gonna stick his litres in here, and then tomorrow night we'll stick his litres and yeah. Y'all just stay tuned.
Got electric for 2 inches.
Yeah, we got litres for 2 engines, got 2 engines to build. That sounded like a gone wrong fairy tale there. He had his soaking in motor oil. Like I said, if you scuff the bottom of your lifter when you stick in the hole, pick up on your cam lube. It's also got STP already on the cam, and it's already got cam lube on the cam because I went ahead and put it on each journal when I stuck it down in there. We'll make it easy. Instead of fishing, we're just gonna pour the oil in and be done with it. Gotta be careful not to wash our cam lube off the lifter hose. And then we're going to put a light on this motor, that way if they leave the oil out of it, at least the light will come on and tell them something went wrong. The operator, that is. Can't do this much for the idiots at the quick lube. You always park close to your table, that way you don't drip stuff across the floor. Oop, don't look down. That wasn't me, that was the other guy.
You don't blame Rodney?
Oh, that was Rodney's helper. The one that comes in and mops and waxes the floors, he didn't mop them back. He's still old.
Job security.
Job security. Hard to get good help nowadays.
Fireman had to go in and watch the rest of my movie.
So even though the 454 was a bad boy motor, this in here, all I do is put a 3/4 cam in it, so it's not going to be nothing. It's not going to sound nowhere near like the 454 did. But it should be pretty torquey. It should take that truck for a ride for what it is. We're going to adjust the rockers. All right, next one is shut. You can also tell by the amount of stud you have sticking up if you kind of keep an eye on it to make sure it kind of looks the same, because if you get one to where it ain't sticking up the right amount or sticking up too far, what that could be is these are pressed in studs. So what you can do is the stud can back out of the head. So if you get one to where it looks like it's sticking up too high or sticking down too low, if it's too low, then you know you're on the uprise, the downfall, the upside of the cam. But if you get one that's sticking up too high and it's still got play in it, then you know the stud's actually coming out of the head. So keep an eye out for that too. There's up.
I don't know what kind of torque wrench you use. Some of them you just about take out with your fingers, and others can't break them loose.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't nice. If I use the torque wrench, I may just
Get on there like that. Oh yeah.
they didn't put no
This one and that one.
yeah.
I bumped it just a little bit.
They didn't put no thread sealer around. You know, like that right there? Like that. Holy cow.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't think they use torque wrench. Yeah, no torque wrench was used on this motor. Nope.
That's one that you could fill up before we
Nope.
took them all off.
Yeah. Yeah, no torque wrench was used in the building of this motor.
None of us built this motor though.
No. We didn't have to do this motor. That was somebody totally different.
Alright, well I guess they'll finish that and be back on
Yeah,
this
we'll be
one in
back
a
on
minute.
that one here in just a minute. We got sidetracked, sorry.
Saw something shiny.
Squirrel!
We all missed all the fun. We had to drill that bolt right there out of the head of the manifold. So now that that's done, we're gonna put our intake gasket on it. Sucks when you got arthritis. Stuff just don't work. But you always want to run your bead to the inside of your china wall. Towards the inside edge. Because whenever you put the intake on it, it's going to mash it towards the outside edge. So if you put it on the outside edge and you put the intake on it, you no longer have a china wall. Got a little carried away with the air pocket right there. We'll run up onto your sides of your head on both ends with your gasket maker. But like I said, when you put it towards the inside, because when you put the intake on, it's going to mash it towards the outside. Well, it's going to mash the inside and the outside, but it's going to mash it more to the outside, so it's better to stay towards the inside of your block. And all your compression and everything is on the inside of the block trying to get out. That's the reason it blows oil out of it. It don't suck oil in it. So, but I always put a little bit of RTV around your water passage. That way you're sure to seal it off. And also when you go to put your bolts, your intake bolts in, you need to put thread seal on them because the water will back up around the threads. If you ever notice the car show, you go see somebody's fancy, nice, fresh built ride and they got mud circles around their front and rear bolt holes from where they didn't put thread seal around the bolts so the antifreeze started backing back up through it. This side here is just determined it's going to be ornery. Here, what you do. Alright. And just take your finger and roll your excess back up in the hole right there that you just created when you push that little tang in there. That way it's sure to seal off with the gasket. Because even though that tang sticks down, that's still part of the china wall. So you want to make sure that you do have gasket maker there. Alright, I'm going to let that sit for just a few minutes. While it's sitting, I'm going to put some... I hate going and get stuff off the shelf over there. That stuff's been sitting there for a minute. That's okay. And all you want to do is put just a little bit of thread sealer around the bottom ½ inch of your bolt. Because you'll notice when you stick your bolt through the intake, that much of it, the width of my finger is going to be in the intake. So that's just going in a block. So there's no sense in putting it all the way to the top because that's not sealing nothing off. So we're going to want to do this. You can do it with all 12 bolts. But the 4 in the center goes into your oil galley. Very seldom does the oil back up through it unless your PCV valve or something like that stopped up.
So we'll get these ready and be right back for the next step.
Yeah, now we're going to save camera battery. If anybody's got a generator for GoPro, we need it. This battery just will not stay charged. And then we heard, last night we was watching
Chad from This and That Garage.
Yeah, This and That Garage, and he just bought a brand new GoPro, and he's having problems with the microphones and his camera battery. At least ours is 3 years old before we started having a whole bunch of problems with it. But whatever we can do to bring y'all footage, that's what we're going to do. Because we do appreciate y'all watching. Glad somebody likes our boring life. Other than us. Not so sure we like it. Alright, you take your gas, take your intake. Make sure that you're straight as can be and plop her down on there. And you take these here bolts that you put all this white goop on. Them ain't gonna be long, everything's starting in there with just 2 threads. And you screw them into your water jacket. Something's holding me off. I mean, starting to have many threads now. Product you buy nowadays. And this ain't cake icing, so don't nobody lick the fingers. You do it, it's gonna stop your threads up too.
You better wipe your hands off real good.
I don't need more problems.
That's what I'm saying.
Go along with the problems already I'm encountering. And Mother Nature is cruel. You got arthritis, she just don't take no slack on nobody. What a 9/63 inch feet, right? In this spot?
Over here in this.
All right, Rodney's truck is an 89 F-150 4-wheel drive. It's all original, except for the motor. The motor come out of a Mercury, a Lincoln, but it's a 302 HO. Still got all the smog stuff on it. Still got the air conditioning on it. And it is a straight shift. It's got manual locking hubs. Got power windows. Dash ain't busted up. Headliner's still in it. So this will make a nice, either a nice build or a nice starter vehicle for a 16-year-old or something like that. Like I said, it's a short bed truck. It's not beat all to pieces. The bed's there. It ain't beat all to pieces. Factory tailgate. But it's been sitting for 12 or 14 years. The tires are dry rotted, so you'd have to buy a set of tires to put on it. But other than that, oil change and a bath and 4 tires and you should be good to go. But we'll put the information and a link in the description of how to message them. And he was asking, he was asking $3,000 for it. Yeah, keep by them. So if you're interested, message him. Like I said, it'd make somebody a nice starter truck. But he's building a Chevrolet 4-wheel drive. That's what this engine in here, not this particular one you're seeing right this minute, but that's what the other engine in the corner is going in. So he's gonna try and get rid of one project to start another one. So just check out the description of the video and we'll leave their information in it. So let's go over and get some more parts for the engine we're building now and we'll be back to you.
Well, while I was gone with the camera, I've just gotten back and they have got the motor set over in the truck. What about the transmission?
We gotta find where the transmission goes.
Alright, transmission is already in it. They've got to go look for transmission bolts and they'll get that finished up. So I will video in just a minute when they get back to work on this. Alright, they've got the transmission bolted in, so now he is putting the headers on.
We got a motor sitting in there. The molder.
Yeah, I got that on the video a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed all the fun work. But it's all coming together now. It's all over with but to cry.
You'll be doing that once you stop.
I'll be doing it here in a few months. My back's killing me and everything else.
I started it.
It's coming together though. Rodney said he'd be glad when it leaves.
Starting to not like a square body.
Yeah.
This one in mine.
I'm starting to second guess my choices in life. Yeah, okay.
So after the headers, what's next?
After the headers, put the starter and the radiator in it. And distributor. And
Alternator, power steering.
all we like is finishing.
That's all.
That's all. Hey y'all, we're fixing to get exhausted. So we're gonna cut the end of this off so we can extend the muffler, extend the tailpipe to put on the headers on the truck. So we called about getting this done, and just to put 2 8-inch pieces of pipe on here and do 4 welds and install new collectors, they wanted $300. Cause I didn't want a truck nor new exhaust, I just wanted short pieces of pipe. So here we go. So y'all hold your ears. That's crooked. After all that precise measurement. Yep, Mr. Mark. That much. I wouldn't miss it too bad. Well, that's the start. And we got these exhaust pipe bending all in Tennessee, but we're not in Tennessee. That don't help us none. And that ain't gonna come out, so that ain't gonna help us none then. The entertainment in building vehicles. Gotta love it. I cut that crooked on purpose, that way I get some of the chisel from it. I was thinking ahead. Apparently the person who built this must drove us up in here. Because it ain't want to come out. Yeah, but I'm gonna grind the majority of it.
Hey.
Hold that, Beth.
If you wanted that, why don't you just hand start? You come here and snatch it off the
You gave
table.
me a ring for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
How nice of you.
It was on your phone, running.
Almost a necklace.
Yeah.
Now, if our calculations are right, this won't fit in there. See how good our calculations are. Hey. Look at there, some AutoZone exhaust pipe fits in a bend I made. So that's one of two things. Either I made a crappy bend so crappy pipe can fit in, or I made a good bend and good pipes fitting in it. You take that assumption into your own hands. Uh-oh, I better hush. This is made in Memphis, Tennessee.
What? So what's a good one?
So yeah. So I made a good pipe, so a good bend. I made a good bend, so a good pipe will fit in it.
Something like that.
I'll talk crap later. I was just trying to talk about it. How about that? I ain't doing too good right now.
We're gonna have to rehang it.
Yeah.
Figure out what you got to put on it. Then.
Yeah. So we've got one more to cut off, and we'll be back to doing what we do best. Whatever that might be.
So we'll be right back. We got a little extra horsepower under the hood now. Are you gonna stay in there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
This here gonna be one of these shit slinging engines. It's just overwhelmed at the moment.
With what?
Shit.
That's what I was afraid of. So you're putting the water pump on now.
Yeah.
Got it painted last night. Or this morning about 1 o'clock. Got the exhaust on it.
Somewhat. They're down there. We're not gonna brag about them nor even say we had anything to do with them.
Oh, we'll cut that part out.
Yeah. Edit. That will be a blooper when we crank it up and it falls out on the ground. I mean,
Okay.
well, tell you what.
What's gonna be a blooper is watching you get back up out of there.
Yeah. So y'all ain't gonna see this next week sometime. Cause it may take me that long to get back out of here.
I'll go get a tractor and pull you out.
May have to.
It hurts my neck to lean over the side of the truck. It hurts my shoulder to bend down in the motor. And this hurts my legs, so. This job is just a pain. The good news is it's about done.
Well, one of our viewers wanted to know, are you gonna, since you've gone this far and rebuilt the motor, are you gonna paint it in gloss black now?
Negative.
No?
He wants it flat black. And if you've seen the body on this thing, you know why I was painted flat black. And she looks worse than a 70-year-old dance hall girl. She's got sags in places and ripples in places, and yeah, no. It's gonna stay flat black.
They just thought you liked it so much, you just
Yeah.
couldn't bear to let it go.
Didn't took a liking to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, believe me, if it wasn't for him being such a good friend and helping us out over the years, because he's got a towing service and we did too, so we kind of worked off of each other. And that was, in business, that's about the only way you can make something like that work, especially cutthroat as towing is. So that's the only reason this is being done right now. If it wasn't for that, this thing going in the road somewhere. But
You're such a good friend.
and Rodney said he don't know how he got tied up in the middle of it. He said if he'd
He's been
known
working on this thing.
living
too.
across the street from the shop, he'd have moved a long time ago.
We warned everybody about him. Did nobody warn me about Thomas?
Yeah. I'm the neighbor your mama tried to warn you about.
And you're not even a neighbor anymore.
Yeah.
You're just a visitor.
My passer through her.
Yeah. A way back. Uh-oh. Somebody's happy to hear you. Or here.
They're shooting up here. Somebody's in the National Guard.
It ain't the same place. The other one was up here, but does that matter?
No, it's same place.
Is it?
Somebody's shooting some wound piles. Whether be scared to go join in with them. When we lived in Good Hope, you had to be scared because they'd aim at the shop. Ignorant little turds. You've been there working, and all of a sudden you hear it sound like hailstones on the roof. And they were shooting straight up in the air with a shotgun. He said, it don't hurt nothing. I said, yeah, no. It don't.
Yeah, and then one day I was out there bush hogging on
Yeah,
the
and they
tractor.
shot on us with a tractor. Shot at us on the tractor. They shot on us with a tractor.
That was a bad day.
Yeah, I wish they'd have shot 2 tractors at us because the first one fell apart. I don't know why they had that accelerator pedal up there like that. I don't know why they had that accelerator pedal up there like that. Because that one won't reach if it's down there like that.
That's what that other one was for.
Yep.
Where is it back here?
Yep. Back on the back of the truck. This thing was dismantled by a certain type of person. So now we're having to go back and relearn how to remantle it. I think it's laying right there on the passenger side of the bed. I think. And we got the bed of the truck full of about 3 or 4 trucks, and we only took one apart, so we don't know how that happened.
Half of it was already in there though. From the other person taking it apart.
Oh. Yep.
Did you already get that other fuel pump or whatever you needed?
No, I gotta go over and do that.
I'm to the 2.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about that because you can't get nothing.
Yeah, that's what I said.
a piece
what
of
we
china.
do about that. Put them on there and run a self-catching boat down on top of it.
I think I may have some nut certs left over yonder at the other shop. Probably not. But guess I'll go back to Tennessee and get nut cert. I can't talk today. I'm having dyslexia. I'm seeing all kinds of numbers backwards. I didn't take my stupid pill.
Or did you?
Maybe I took too many of them. It was 2 at night, 1 in the morning. I got my days and nights mixed up.
Lack of sleep will make you be that way. And you haven't had any sleep in months.
Hey, look at
To
there.
amount to anything.
What
That
do you
fit?
have? Got contact.
Yeah.
Pretty little curly key we got going on the accelerator thing there.
All of that clamp.
Get out there. You know? I don't think I'll fight as hard with them building them from the ground up as I have this thing, just trying to put it back together. And well, this from the ground. That ain't gonna work.
So that's what
That's gonna be cruise control right there.
I put that on the very front boat up here.
Might have to do a little windy dandy with it.
On the back now.
Yeah.
Got that double barrel spring on it.
When that thing comes off, you're gonna kill
You'll know it.
someone.
Ding.
I hear a boat now. Tom, I want much gas, spring fall. I'm in Tennessee, you're going to have to call somebody else. Go to the quick lube behind you.
That was your buddy's shop.
No. Maybe there's something behind the whole ordeal with quick lube. Maybe it is not what it appears to be.
At least not that one.
How does that Sesame Street song go? One of these things is not like the other. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That won't work. I'm lifting it up and spinning it around, so.
What kind of crap is that? God, you ain't get that off. The bolt is sunk down in the bracket.
It was good till he hit that tree running 120.
I'm gonna tell you what. That was the best G-body car that I've seen. Not looking, but holding up to what that car went through.
Talking about the car that this engine came out of.
Yeah,
What is it? A Malibu?
yeah.
That was in, we showed that in the first video.
Yeah, this has become a two-part saga. About the days of our lives.
I just kept changing coming down through here.
It changed one more time. It must be one of Fast and Furious cars.
It sounded like it. It was a little SUV though.
Don't be spelling stuff. I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
you're having a bad day. I figured I'd make it easy on you.
Oh, okay.
It helped, didn't it?
Mm-mm. I can't line the stud up. Ronnie can't line the bolt up. We're just having a bad day.
What did we do wrong, man?
He woke up this morning. Here, I'll loosen this up. Maybe this is one of them forced to fit motors. I think it's head trauma. But one thing about it, I mean, say an accident knocked his nuts loose, and this in here has been over tightened. Did I handle your hampering? Did I hamper your hand? Did I mess with your? Could you not get it tight? Yeah, I think it's time to.
Why are you taking it back up?
I think it's time to. I told you I had dyslexia.
We working good together today. I'll put it in. You take it out.
It took 3 days to put this one bolt in.
We're gonna have to do a part 3 by the time this is over.
As the world turns.
We're stuck on the outside of it looking in. Hey, how y'all doing down there? And we just common folks living common jokes. All right, we have ran into a dilemma. So what we're gonna wind up doing is cutting what's left of the exhaust pipe and hanging the fuel pump in it because the fuel pump has no mounting brackets. So I'm splitting this to where we can put 4 bolts through the frame to the fuel pump, and then we'll have a chassis right here to wrap around the fuel pump and then hold it together with a hose clamp. So will it work? Who knows? But we're gonna try it.
So hold your ears.
Hold your ears, watch your eyes.
I'm gonna back up.
Yes, I know it's be wearing safety glasses. No, I don't have it down here. So. We do the next best thing and just go with it. Alright, so now we're going to take this. Got a little warm. We'll get a pair of pliers and
Let's see what he did here.
hammer. I got a hammer. You got a vice grip? What you? Here, right. I got another over here in toolbox. The other toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
We got a truck bed toolbox. Literally. Okay. So what we're going to attempt to do. I didn't bring the pliers. Here, come right here. I was gonna go over to the other toolbox and get some. Oh man, it's been a long day, long week, long night. This whole life expectancy has been longer than what it should have been. Hey, if you can't have fun, you're doing something wrong. We must start out doing something wrong. This ain't been fun.
Evidently.
Okay. Ain't that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're just gonna whack the food out of it. We're gonna make it into something that don't want to be made into. Today in Arts and Crafts, we mashed the center of it flat too. It's an H.
That's some fancy wood, metal working. Like
Woodworking.
Yeah, well, I was looking at the block of wood.
What the crap? What
Metal
wood?
work. Like Lazzie in California did.
Yeah. Well, let's put all them to shame. Okay, so now we take this.
Now, why are you doing this?
Because this mounts with 3 rubber isolators onto a pedestal upside down like that.
Okay.
We don't have the rubber isolators. We don't have room on the frame to mount it upside down like that. So we're gonna mount it right side up like this. Sandwich it in that. Put that clamp around it with some hose to keep it from vibrating. Put 4 bolts in it, put it on the side of the frame, and we're done. Redneck ingenuity. Well, not really, but
have you done this before?
This and then one more time, make twice I done it. And do I ever want to do it again? No. My down below watches the shows. He don't know what kind of misery we're going through to make his truck. But it's either do it this way or spend another $100. And I'm about out $100 of this. And he didn't want to spend much money on getting the truck going because the people who messed it up ain't wanting to pay the bill. So that leaves me in a pickle of sorts.
What I work on my watch with.
There you go.
Squeeze it around. Work on pocket watches with that.
What you wind them with? Well, if you ever run out of time, come see Rodney. He'll wind your pocket watch for you. That ain't gonna work because the cut ain't far enough. cut it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, there's gonna be all kind of critics out there. It might not look the prettiest in the world, but hey.
Okay, well hold that thought before you see if it fits. I gotta grab a battery.
Golly.
1%. There you go. Let's see what it looks like now.
Sun just blowed up summers.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the last clamp you're putting on it?
Mm-hmm.
Then what? It's ready to install?
Ready to-
You gotta drill some holes
We're gonna
in
dress it up a little bit and drill some holes.
We're gonna slap a Dixie Custom sticker on it.
I don't know about all that.
You got a marker so you can at least sign
Write it on it.
I'll
No.
sign my name on it. This job wasn't done by me. That's what you do whenever you ain't got no money to buy parts with.
You make them.
You make them. Ingenuity at its finest. What we did is we took rubber hose, split it,
Mm-hmm.
opened it up, wrapped it around there. That made an ice layer, so that can still, when it runs, it can still vibrate. And we put offset in it. I'm gonna clean this up. It ain't gonna look like that. But now we're just gonna drill a hole here and a hole here, and bolt that to the frame. That way we got a fuel pump, and it can still go and vibrate in that rubber right there, but not go nowhere. So no, it is not the prettiest in the world. I've seen better. It's been a long time ago. But it'll do for what we need done. So I got to straighten my edges up, get everything in line, then we're going to drill 4 holes and put some bolts in it.
And paint it.
I ain't going to paint it.
And then we're gonna slap a sticker on it.
Don't really even care if it looks any better than that, but I want it to look a little bit better. So we're going to test fit it, and then we're going to come back and dress it up a little bit. Okay, now we got it all bolted together. A little redneck ingenuity. And that used to be a tailpipe. I don't know if y'all got that part on video or not, but that was a piece of tailpipe. It was left over from the truck. So, put 2 clamps around it. We're gonna put 2 wires on it. We're gonna put 2 gas lines on it, 2 bolts in it. 2, 2, 2 makes, I'll take my shoes off, be back in a minute. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I got you.
We gotta write our patent number on the bottom of it.
Our patent number.
Yeah. Oh. Wasn't expecting that.
It's patented. I don't want to put nothing else on it when it falls off in the road. I can't identify who last had their hands on it.
Okay then.
That's how you done did that.
No, erase that.
Hey, I'm fixing to put it on the frame. Let me erase it. If I never see it again.
You ain't right.
Here, why you got the marker? Let me see that. I need to do this, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't put my name on it.
That one's positive and that one's negative.
I didn't do that.
Hey, now we know which one the post goes to. Positive,
Oh.
negative. Bullshit. Worked out pretty good, didn't it? A little calling card. That looks plumb beautiful. If you like plum.
Yeah? You want to show them?
Not really.
Not really. I don't think you can get. I don't think you can get the camera under there with you.
What are you saying? I'm fat? Okay, I see how you want to be. Hand me the camera. I'll show them.
Okay.
Okay, y'all are coming in. Hold on, put your seatbelt on. Here you go. Ta-da. Looks factory, don't it? Looks just like an oil filter off of a fuel filter off of a Ford Crown Vic. Woo! Yeah. So now we're gonna go on the back side of that and we're gonna run one fuel line through this hole right here. Right here. And then hook there. Then we're gonna run the other fuel line from here over the top of the frame and back to the junction box. And then we're gonna run our power wires from right there. So it worked out pretty good. Like I said, that was a piece of exhaust pipe that we used earlier. And we cut up and made that little bracket. That's pretty cool. A little bit of redneck ingenuity. All right, I'm returning y'all to the camera holder person.
Mm-hmm. So what are you doing now? Making sure you're putting oil in it?
Yeah. We don't want to be like the last people. They didn't put oil in it.
Yeah, if you didn't watch the first part of this video, the reason this build is happening is because of a quick lube company not putting oil in the motor.
In the brand new motor. Not just in the motor. In the brand new motor.
So go back and watch part 1.
Yeah. And then it'll make you want to do part 2.
But as you see, we are putting oil in it.
You might even think about doing a part 3.
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, it'll make you sick. And then you can go back and watch one of the shorts of when we built the other motor.
The
and
first
sitting
original
there
motor.
Hitting a lick. That's what'll make you sick. Is knowing that the motor that was hitting a lick was the one that
They destroyed.
well, they hit a lick.
Hit a brick wall.
Yeah. So, yeah. If you see that, you'll be upset.
This is what this for.
Yeah. And we're putting power steering fluid in.
We bought new antifreeze for it.
That way it's gonna puke it out because it's full of air. Couldn't stop my cluster.
Good stuff in part.
Yeah. So yeah. It'll make you sick to see what they did to it. All right, well, this is the next day. We just come back from town. We got a 2023 battery this time. So he's crushing out this week. So he had some batteries and converters and all. So we just got the best looking one out of the pile. But we still had to put the jumper box on it, or the booster, the battery charger. Yeah. So we're gonna see what it'll do. So try to keep your fingers crossed. Get everything out from up here so it don't decide to jump the motor. We got gas. We ain't looked at the fuel pump up yet because I think we're gonna have to put a regulator on it, but we're gonna see. It's in park, fire in the hole. Right.
That's a start.
We got something. Timing might be off just a hair. Well, we got 70 pounds of oil pressure, and it's a manual gauge, so timing needs to come on around. Just a hair, right there. It's a manual gauge, and it's right at 70 pounds of pressure. So we know that's a good thing. All this paint from smoke and stink for a minute. But it's hitting a lick. It don't sound nothing like the predecessor of it, but
We didn't get to wake up the neighbors.
no.
They're already awake.
We made you wait till 1 o'clock at night, come back out and crank this thing up.
Crank it up just because we can.
Yeah, just cause we can. But it's, we ain't got no water. Well, we got a gallon of water in it, but we don't have much in it. But just want to run for just a second. First start, it fired right up. Hey, the brakes, man. Let's do a little more buttoning up. But I think that's a win. We still got to break the cam in. But there's no exhaust fans in the shop, so we're going to have to crank it up and let it run and cut it off. Otherwise we're all going to be fumigated. So let this clear out and we'll be right back with you.
Well, it looks like he's putting the coolant in it.
Now we had it running for a minute. We'll get it where it's self-cool itself, and then we're gonna call the owner and let him hear it on the phone. So he's excited and disappointed all in the same deal because he really wanted his big block back. Put the vacuum gauge on it just for ha-has and giggles, just to see what you're doing. Here we go for round number 2. Come on. Get some food. You ain't got your Valentine's meal yet. Hot dogs. I hear you. Here, I got something you can listen to make your afternoon be a lot brighter. Did you hear that? That'll make your post-Valentine's dinner a whole lot better, won't it?
I see your name. I thought about that.
So I got some more bad news. Bad or good?
Yep.
Yeah, the battery was a little weak, but it is holding the charge. The other one's got a burnt strap in it. It was just going to a dead short. So this battery.
He had just got it out of it. It ain't but a year old, so
Yeah.
I thought it might hold something.
Yeah.
But
This.
you know, them batteries now ain't no good no way, man.
No.
2 years, you might well, and they mess around and go dead, you have to jump them out, you can throw them away,
Yeah.
you know.
But no, we still ain't hooked the fuel pump up. I think we're gonna have to put a pressure regulator on it. I had to rig a bracket for the side of the frame because the way they had it zip tied to the tank strap on that other tank. So I had to make a fuel pump bracket out of a piece of exhaust pipe. So some of that hillbilly engineering. We just ain't even gonna go there on that one, but I made the fuel pump work, but I think we're pushing a little bit too much fuel because it's trying to, when you hoss it and it comes back down to an idle, before the float can reset itself, it tries to bog out.
Oh, okay.
But
like trying to flood it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we can just put a fuel pressure regulator on to solve that problem. But I got to wire the pump up and some other things, and then we're going to break the cam in, and it should be good to go.
All right. Hey.
But I figured that'd make it. I figured that'd make your afternoon.
Yeah, you the man today now. Next week I don't know what you're gonna do.
So we'll get in the dictionary and come up with some other words. Well, all right. Well, I'll let y'all get back to it, and I'll holler at you later.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
All right. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Bye.
You got it, brother.
Well, that's a happy customer. And you heard, I don't know if you hear it at the end, but he told his wife he got it running. Right before I cut the phone off. But yeah, he's pretty cool. But we had a discussion on what to do about the other motor, because right now this is all coming out of his pocket. So we gotta let it cool down so we can put a bolt right here in the dipstick and one or two other things. So we'll be right back with you. We're gonna check the oil in it one last time. I know I got oil in it, but just for ha-has and giggles. And we're gonna take and get some gas in it and drive around the block before we take it back home to him. And it's full of oil. I got witnesses. I got 2,300 something witnesses. So there's oil in it. So we're gonna let Beth follow us to the store. We put 5 gallons of gas in it because as we was breaking the cam in, it gave out of gas. So we know it has 5 gallons, but we know it's gonna eat 5 gallons, so we're gonna get at least 2.5, 3 more gallons of gas in it. And we'll do a little test drive and bring it along. Take y'all along for the ride. Get up here to the dually before he takes off. Hope y'all can see through this windshield. He's gonna leave me and ain't even gonna give me a chance to put my seatbelt on. Traffic coming at us.
it back to the shop, check everything, see how everything's looking. I have to shut my door. Transmission is slipping, so I'm not sure if we're heading back to the shop now or if he's going to take it on around the block. And it's kind of a bad little intersection here with all these 18-wheelers coming out. results that we wanted to hear or see today.
Well, we came back from our test drive and we got some bad news and some more bad news. First set of bad news is it won't consume gas through the nozzles, so I might have to cut the elbow off of it and shorten the inlet spout down a little bit. But that ain't nothing. That's just a pocket knife, a quick little, and it's done. But the second amount of bad news is the transmission is garbage. It will propel itself through all 3 gears, but the clutches are burned up in it. So I'm not going to make any consumptions of what might have took place, but anyhow, we got a ruined motor and a ruined transmission. The motor was because there was no oil in it. Transmission was because who knows. But anyhow, I don't know what he's going to do, but I've got to go back to Tennessee and winterize everything up there. So I don't know if he's going to take it to a transmission shop and let them build a transmission, which I hope he does. But anyhow, if he don't, then we'll have a third video on pulling the transmission out and putting another transmission in, and we'll roast the tires off of it this time because we know the motor's there. We done the RPMs we got it up to a while ago. The motor's well broke in. So, and it sounds good. We'll let you hear it one last time before we go to a commercial break and bring y'all back for the third series. She sounds good, but she don't pull. We'll have to come back and put another transmission in it, but this is going to be the end of this video. Sorry we didn't get a video for y'all last week. Between Mother Nature whooping my butt with this arthritis and just things not going right, we didn't get enough to put out. But as always, appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, hit the notification button, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.